I think he did a good job at being very patient with her, and it was beautiful. And I just love their banter. It
Yeah, they
really does
make each
remind
other
me a lot
laugh.
of, yeah, it's just very what's the word in English? Think of it, it's very witty. It's like
Yeah.
very sophisticated, witty kind of like banter, and I love it. And they just like, ah, it reminds me a lot of like with me and Zev, like we just are able to joke with each other without filtering ourselves and just being very open, and no one gets insulted, no one like get takes things like the wrong way, and it's just very, and it's just like creates this fun, open atmosphere and just makes everything so much better, in my opinion. Anyway.
Yeah, I agree. I think they were very, they did it non-dramatically, non-chaotically, very, I was
Hmm.
gonna say at their own pace, not really, because it's at the lover's blind pace, but I think they're very,
Yeah.
I'm not sure that they're gonna get married, but not because they don't love each other. I think they may say no each other to give themselves a bit more time dating.
Yeah. Yeah. I
And that
agree.
I was thinking that before their conversation around it of just like, are we going to be ready? Things like that. I think she's kind of happy to jump the gun, and like that's what she was insinuating. Just like, let's just get married. I mean, let's just see where it takes us.
Yeah.
Him less so, but I think it's going to be. I actually would think that it would be a shame for them to get married, because if they're not feeling 100% confident in the fact they're going to get married, I think the fact that they are married is going to put a pressure on them.
Yeah.
Um, which is what happened on the English version on one couple. And getting married, like putting is a bit of pressure.
Yeah.
Um, because once you're married, you get the sensation that you can't, you can't really. Some people get the sensation that they are trapped and that they can't leave,
Hmm. Yeah.
which leads to them leaving and not being too
Yeah.
not being drama free. So we'll see, but I think they're very good, and I think they communicate really well.
They
I
do.
think
I love them.
he's the good guy. She says it like he's just an overall good guy, and she's exactly what we were is exactly what Monica and Hannah are not. She's this high quality woman who doesn't take any shit, but is also kind of just patient and just takes things as they come.
Yeah, and doesn't need to say that she's mature or that she's this or that or the other.
And
It
she
just
doesn't need to say
shows.
that she's high quality.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's no, she's
I love them.
they are good. Which leads us to the
Yeah.
final couple.
Ashley and Tyler. Something happened with them in the end, and I can't remember what it was. Like for the life of me, I was
So
trying to remember.
I remember because I'm pregnant, so it spoke to
Oh,
me. She was accusing him of having kids and not telling her,
oh yes, 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 the sperm donor thing.
which pissed. It got me so worked up. Like, you've got children, like, and it got me so worked up. I was like, how can a man not say that he has kids?
Yeah.
I was just, it
It's-
really, it worked me up. And then I was like, and then she said sperm donor. What sperm donor? Oh, that's not the same thing. He hasn't got children. He's got biological kids that are not his. I've never like met anyone who's been in those types of situations who have either
Yeah.
called upon a sperm donor or an oversight donor or vice versa or whatever. But it's just like he donated sperm so that another couple can have kids. He has no responsibility, financial or emotional, over those kids. He's just kind of
Yeah. I don't
and
know. I
the
felt like her reaction was just overly, it wasn't proportionate to, I
no.
could understand why it would upset her that he didn't say anything, but on the other hand, it's like, I don't know, when is the right time to say such a thing? They're barely 2 weeks together. It's like, I don't know.
And also it's not his thing to share. It's
Yeah.
this other family's, hopefully they, I don't know, but from what I understood from that 10-minute like viewing yesterday on the
Yeah.
last episode, is that he knows the couple who needed sperm. So
Hmm.
it feels like they are in each other's lives. I'm not sure how, if the kids are aware or whatever. Not too sure of that. But hopefully this guy, so Tyler and the parents would have had a conversation around, you know, how to make this public, what can we talk about, things like that. Hopefully they would have had that conversation
Yeah.
before going through with it, and then before Love is Blind again or whatever.
Yeah.
And I really don't feel that um it's his story to tell, in the sense that it's very invasive for this other family's privacy, of just, you don't know if this family has made it public that it's not their biological children, like it's the mother's biological child but not the father's or whatever. Like, some people are very open about it, some people are not. Some people want to wait until the kids are a certain age. Everything, to each their own. So I'm not sure it's his to share, especially on national television, I mean
Yeah.
international television. And
I don't
so
know. I
I
mean, mhm.
and her reaction of, I understand she wants to be told, but then again, it's really none of her concern. It was really not, if they were his kids in the sense that he had financial responsibility over them, then I would have completely lost my mind. I was like, this guy has kids and he hasn't, like, it's the first thing that needs to be told. I've got kids that I'm responsible for. It's the first thing that needs to be told. Here, it's just not the case. And
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to really gauge the whole situation because we don't really know what the situation is. We don't know if he really knows. I mean, you don't know if these kids know that he was a sperm donor. I mean, it could be just these random kids somewhere across the country, and it's like, it has nothing to do with him anymore. So it's like, what's the point? Um,
no,
I
I
don't
think
know.
she definitely needs to know, because they're in his life, from
Yeah,
afar, whatever. But she definitely needs to know. But
that for
it's not.
sure. Yeah, it just
But it should not be in the. It should not. It should not at all affect her view of him. Of just, it doesn't concern her. If he had been asked to donate sperm after marrying, and since then yeah, it's a conversation you want to have with each other.
yeah,
Recently I randomly received texts of, donate blood, donate, white cells,
yeah.
and don't. And recently was a message of, donate your, some ovaries to help people have kids. And I
Mhm.
read it out to
Yeah,
JT, and I some people do it. I can't see myself doing that ever.
no,
And
yeah,
JT had such a visceral reaction to it, of just, he's like, I really don't want you to do that. And I was just like, I'm not gonna.
yeah, no,
And I understand, like, we have a child on the way. We want to get married. We have, and so it is a conversation to have between the two of us. And the same, if he was going to be asked to donate sperm, then it would be a conversation between the two of us. And
yeah,
I'm not sure how I'd feel about it. But we are together now. This was done way before he met her, even probably before he even thought of going on Love is Blind. I mean, highly likely they are born and have genders. So I mean, so I'm not
yeah,
happy with her. I'm really not happy with her. I think it's
no.
drama for the sake of drama.
Yeah, but I mean, otherwise they were pretty solid the whole season so far. I mean, there's not much to say about them as well. I think the only thing that annoyed me other than that was that she kept telling him not to say dog or whatever I don't know, like the thingy or dog. I don't know how they say it, but like it's just, why does it bother you so much that he's like, and it makes him feel bad about it? I think it was him. Was it him or was it? I don't know. Anyway, otherwise, pretty solid couple, but
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, solid until that, until if she,
Yeah.
it's drama
If
for
she
the
gets
sake of,
over it, then they're getting to the yeah.
yeah, but the thing is that if she gets over it, I mean, good for her. But her having that this strong reaction,
Yeah, it might push him away, I
you know,
guess.
they had this
Because
conversation off camera. So she has a strong reaction off
yeah,
camera. You know, as soon as she learns it, she has a reaction. Fine. Um, I wouldn't be mad at her if for the on camera explanation she'd have said, "Listen, I had some feelings about it, but now I'm kind of, it's a big thing, and we need to talk about it some more." But I understand if she kind of the day after kind of just it had made its way through her mind, I would be like, okay, you're allowed
yeah,
to have your reaction. But the next day, still saying things like, I don't know who you are, this changes everything, etc. I'm just like, no, 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 it's not
yeah.
worth it. And so if other things kind of turn up, if things that don't really concern her and only him turn up, is she going to be a support system? I don't know.
Yeah, people's reaction to things is very indicative of a lot of how they are and how they will react in other cases. So it's like I said this also for Leo, the way he reacted to Hannah. I feel like when someone freaks out on you about something, it's I don't know if a red flag, maybe an amber flag, but like it's a warning sign.
Yeah.
Anyway, those are the couples.
Those are the couples. So we've spoken for just over an hour. So I don't know how we're going to chop this
Yeah, maybe we'll
episode up.
split them up to like
Three
two or three
categories.
couples each. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so
But
this is
let
going to be spread
us,
out. Let us know
yeah,
exactly.
and let us know who's your favorite couple. Who do you think is gonna make it? Who's not gonna make it? And yeah,